Chinaman here, and today I want to talk about the most overlooked consideration that people make when they are choosing a China service. It's very important if you want to make big meals that there's enough pieces in each place setting to accommodate that meal. Nowadays, most patterns consist of very basics, such as dinner plate, salad plate, bread and butter plate, cup and saucer, and maybe an all-purpose bowl. And that's it. That's not going to do a fine dinner that you may want to have. Let's just talk about the bowls for a minute. An all-purpose bowl, which in the old days would be a cereal bowl. So that's what we're talking about, a cereal bowl. What about soups? Do you want to have a vegetable soup, which you would probably want to use a rim soup bowl for that? Would you want to have cream soup like this right here? Cream soup and saucer set. There's other things you could have too. What about a fruit dessert sauce bowl? Does your pattern have that? What about pasta bowls? You ever want to have pasta? There's so many things that are possible that you can serve when you have a dinner set that will accommodate them. Plates, another big problem. A lot of patterns don't actually have a dessert pie plate. They have the dinner plate, the salad plate, and the bread and butter plate. Sometimes they'll have a luncheon plate in there too. The luncheon plate is a little bit large for a dessert, but it could work. I'll show you a solution I have in a minute for that. But it's just another problem. So what I want to do right now is I want to tell you about two patterns that I believe will accommodate just about everything you need to do. And they're both still in current production. One is a blue-based pattern, and the other is a floral with gold. So either way you want to go, you should have something that works. There are other patterns that still fit this bill, but there's less and less than there used to be. So let's talk about the blue pattern first. This one's actually my favorite to use. So it's semi-formal, blue Italian. Blue Italian has been made for over 100 years. And it's still made by Spode. And most of the pieces currently, except for some serving pieces, are being made in England. So there's a lot of good possibilities with this set. The one thing I don't like about this set is I have never seen a dessert pie plate. But you can find just about anything else. You can find soup bowls, pasta bowls, fruit dessert sauce bowls. You can find egg cups, just about anything you could possibly want, with that exception of the dessert pie plate. But I have a solution. Now, what I did is I got this piece here. I got 8 of these. These are no longer in production, but they were made by Spode, and they have the English kind of circular back stamp on them, so they're not very old. So they still go very well with a new set. These replacements calls these fancy luncheon plates. And they're just the right size for a fancy dessert. Picture, if you will, a fine restaurant, a piece of cheesecake drizzled with raspberry sauce across there. Be perfect. So this, for me, takes the place of the dessert pie plate. And therefore, everything else I need in this pattern is there. They also have square bread and butter plates that could be used for something else as well if you had the conjunction of both standard bread and butter plates and those. So again, lots of possibilities with this pattern. The other pattern that I want to mention is made by Royal Albert, and this is Old Country Roses. This pattern has been around, seems like forever, but I think it's since the 1960s. And they have made so many pieces over the years, so many special edition pieces, and just so much that you can find just about any piece you need for a fine dinner. And yes, they do have the dessert pie plate in that pattern, although it is semi-rare. You may take a while to find them. I do not know if they are in current production. Probably not. But all the basic pieces you would need, including several different types of bowls, are all still in current production. That pattern, although it's made by Royal Albert, will be made in Indonesia, most likely. Possibly some pieces out of China, but mostly Indonesia. But it's still a beautiful pattern, and I've noticed the quality of the pieces from Indonesia in that pattern are very close to the quality of the English pieces. I have noticed a slight color variation, but even then, most of the time, if you set them on the table and move them around and I have to choose, I'm not going to choose the right one. They are very, very good. So anyway, keep that in mind. If you want a particular set that doesn't have a lot of pieces, there's no problem with that. Just make sure that if you're going to have fine dinners, you have a set like this that you can use for that time where you're going to have a several course meal. If you found this video useful, please click the like button and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you next time.